We recording?
Yep.
Okay.
Con la vida, vida de la baila, cura con la guaira, limpia, limpia, taita, vibrando con la hualca.
Okay, so firstly, thanks for taking the time to chat. Obviously, this is the last day of my experience, which has been amazing and super profound. And I really just wanted to bring this information to more people back at home. That's one of the kind of thoughts that I've had while doing the ayahuasca. So just to give us a little bit more information on ayahuasca, what actually is ayahuasca?
Well, thank you for having me on this podcast, Emma. My Irish is not that good, but I'll do my best. Well, ayahuasca is a brew. Traditionally, it's a mix of two plants boiled together for several days, and it forms that sort of thick viscous drink that you drink. What it's made of is two ingredients. One is the ayahuasca vine, which is scientifically called Banisteriopsis caapi, and a DMT shrub, which can be chagro or chacruna, depending on the tradition. Like here, we use chagro panga.
Okay.
What the vine does, it makes the DMT orally active, and then when you drink it, you can have a DMT experience for several hours, and it's traditionally used by the indigenous tribes. It's traced to 4,000 years ago, and it is 100% a medicine, not a drug, because that's how it's always been used. And yeah, it's helpful with your mental health and a lot of other things. It's like a very complex sort of medicine that addresses many aspects of both physical, mental health, and so much more spiritual health, if you can say so.
Yeah. So you said it affects the DMT receptors. So yeah, how does it work? What are the effects of ayahuasca on your mind and your body?
So basically, we have DMT in our bodies naturally. So let's say when you're sleeping, you get DMT produced in your brain, and what happens is your body absorbs DMT. What the vine does, it makes it so that for a while you can't absorb it, so it accumulates and it actually creates the experience. But what was the question? How ayahuasca feels like?
So how would it affect how does it affect your body and your mind?
Yeah. Well, generally, it comes with few effects. One of them is physical purging, meaning it's pretty likely sometimes during the retreat you'll either vomit or have like a diarrhea. And I know it sounds very uncomfortable, something you wouldn't want to do, but it's always tied to a certain emotion that then you can feel how together with that bodily evacuation, you also get rid of that emotion. And a lot of time people report they have a trauma or they feel they have some traumatic memory come up, and then they purge, and then when it comes back, it's just a memory. It doesn't have that emotional component to it. But generally, ayahuasca effect can be, there's 50, 100 different types of effects it can have. It can be very visual, very psychedelic. It can be just in forms of physical effects, you could feel tension in your body or pleasure. It can be euphoria, it could be pain, it could be literally anything. And but somehow when you come and drink the brew, it always gives you what you need, and the type of the experience you might not expect or want, but it will give you the type of the experience that will give you the answers to your current problem that you have right now. And even if, let's say, you have an intention set for the ceremony, and it might be not the right intention for you, the medicine will guide you where you need to go. And sometimes you will, if you don't resist the process, you will in the end understand why it was supposed to happen exactly like that. I'll ask you a question as well. You just had your experience. How did it feel for you?
It was definitely different than what I had expected. I think at the start I was forming my expectations based on what other people were experiencing, but by the end of the 4 ceremonies, I feel like I had gotten exactly what I had asked for, and it was definitely one of those be careful what you wish for moments, because yeah, I went into ayahuasca saying, I don't want any more answers. I don't want any more words. I would like feeling. I would like experiences. I would like clarity. I would like direction. And because it wasn't psychedelic and I wasn't like tripping, I was like, I'm not experiencing. But when I take away and have done like the integration work, I've realised like how profound it actually was. So yeah, it's been incredible to see how other people have experienced it as well, like compared to mine. But would you recommend, like who would you recommend ayahuasca for? Like who would you recommend to do it? And is it safe for everyone?
Ayahuasca is safe for, I would say, 95% of people. So don't do it if you have history of schizophrenia in your family, like your brother and your mom has it, and you're next in line. And because it's not gonna give you schizophrenia, but if you're supposed to have it sometime in your life, it can accelerate that process. Don't do it if you are if you have like serious health conditions like heart issues, and then also don't do it if you're taking medication. So you need to quit the medication first. SSRIs and other like thyroid medications, the interaction between the medication can be dangerous. But for an average healthy person, it's completely safe. And we so far had probably more than 1,000 people come to our retreat and never had any issue with like medical point of view. Ayahuasca, when you have a good shaman, pure ayahuasca without any additives, and you have a good preparation process where, you know, as we guide people, tell them what to eat, what not to eat, what medicines not to take, it's actually very, very, very safe. It's safer than, I don't know, like
any of the drugs that
you
people
know, eating a fish in like a Mexican beach town, like more likely to kill you.
Yeah. How long does the experience usually last for people?
It depends. So if you have 1 cup, generally the effect of 1 cup can last anywhere between 4 and 6 hours. But if let's say we have 3 cups over the night, starting from first cup and then more cups, it can altogether last 8 to 10 hours. That's expected. How long did it last for you?
Because the first cup on my first night, I felt like super sick. But then the second cup, it started, I think, to kind of hit me more. And then, like I would say it takes a while to set in, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. And then to get the actual like deep thinking and clarity and stuff would probably about an hour or 2.
Yeah, it's very
I like
unique
how we separate the cups though, like every 2 hours. I think is a good time.
It's very well planned because based on, you know, many ceremonies and many observations, because sometimes the danger is somebody takes 1 cup and it sort of hits them an hour later. If by then you took a second cup, you kind of go too deep where your journey is not productive anymore. You might be seeing so much, but then you don't remember anything, or you know, lose control of your body. Like you always try and find what our shaman does. He's great at it. He's trying to find a level where people have a productive journey. Like they see enough and feel enough where they actually can draw some conclusions to affect their life for this. It's not about just having a vision and like moving on with your life. It's about, you know, using those lessons in your life back at home.
Yeah, I found the shaman really actually took care. Like before he would give you the cup, he would say, "How are you feeling? Like, are you good? Are you okay?" And yeah, I really felt safe with him, which was great. So, so the effects on mental illness, depression, like this is, I think, why a lot of people come and do ayahuasca. What would you say the effects are on mental illnesses and depression?
So I personally, my journey with ayahuasca began based on that. Like I started drinking regularly when I realized I was depressed. Like I was never diagnosed, but now, especially working with hundreds of people that are depressed, like I know I was 100% depressed. What it did to me personally, at first it just took away the pain, right? It just makes you feel better. And then it shows you what to do to change your life where you're not prone to depression anymore. Because a lot of times depression comes from certain repressed emotions, like greater unsatisfaction with your life, where you just sort of, it comes out as a form of depression or anxiety. So in my case, it sort of first lifted the pain and like allowed me to actually lifted the pain and gave me the lessons, and that lack of pain allowed me to actually do the lessons, and change my life enough where it gave me the direction in life as well. It helped me find it, where eventually, like, I would say I'm definitely no longer depressed.
Yeah.
You've still, it's not like, oh, you're gonna be happy forever, but it's I know more about my feelings now. I can identify, like, oh, what I'm feeling actually is fear, or what I'm feeling, where back in the day I felt I could not even identify emotions. Like, all emotions just felt like discomfort. So that's another thing ayahuasca does. But it can be unique for all the people, but we have a lot of people that come here for depression, anxiety, even like suicidal ideation. Like, we had probably more than 10 people that came here and said, like, if it doesn't work, I have one-way ticket. I'm not gonna, like, I'm ending it, like it's my last resort. All of them are still alive, running around, happy, better than ever before.
I've seen it. I've literally seen it in this group.
Even in this group, there were people. It's not as because, like, he didn't specifically say that, but people actually say that. Like last month, we had 2 people in 2 different groups. They're like, if this doesn't work, I mean, I'm desperate. Life is too miserable. And then by the end of it, they're like, I know for sure that now I know there's options for healing, and I know that I'm gonna fix myself. And it's not only depression; it's alcoholism, PTSD, any kinds of addiction. It's such a diverse tool. Even like physical ailments, like we had people get relief from psoriasis, gut issues. Like this, I forgot the name, but it's like when your body hurts,
arthritis,
anything,
fibromyalgia,
anything that comes, any disease that is somatic, which it comes from an emotion first. If you address the emotion, you process it, the diseases magically go away. Like even my mom came to drink ayahuasca, and she had like relief from headaches, migraines.
That's what I would like to know. Like, would it be safe for old people? Like, you know, like older people who probably are prone to like high blood pressure, or like have real illnesses and diseases like cancer. I know one of the guys here is here trying to find answers for cancer treatment, and we
had more than 5 people visiting. There were more than 70.
Really?
And probably at least 20-30 people that were older than 60.
Wow.
And they're all totally fine. It's actually sometimes surprisingly they have a better experience than younger people. But a lot of times it comes with a lot of purging, because like there's accumulation.
A lot of stuff.
And they're doing just fine. It doesn't have anything to do with age. You can drink ayahuasca from the moment you're born till the moment you die. The oldest shaman here in Colombia is 110.
Oh my God! And he's still alive?
He drinks the medicine, he gives it, he still hosts the ceremony, and you know it's a hard job to do, like doing all the cleanses. So it definitely, I would say ayahuasca is great for older people, because it also has that effect of on your brain that is kind of like anti-Alzheimer, anti-dementia, because it does something to the brain. It's called like BDNF, like it increases your brain flexibility and allows it to like recover itself. There's actually studies about it. It's not just like me coming up with it. And unless you're like really, really sick, let's say you're on the border of dying, then ayahuasca can sort of push you over it, because it is like your heart rate will increase, or you're taking like tons of medicines, then it would be tough. But if you're older but you're relatively sick, that's totally fine. Well, like I think the oldest we had was 73.
Wow, that's incredible. Would you recommend for everyone to come into ayahuasca with an intention, or do you think it's something that like everyone can just try?
No. Well, it's interesting, because your intention can be finding an intention. Like you can always come up with intention. Intention is not that thing. It's like, it's not like Google. You ask a question, you get an answer. Intention is more of a anchor for you yourself. So it's like you treat the medicine with a reverence, because if you just come and you're like, oh, let's do this drug and like hang out, you'll have a terrible experience, because ayahuasca is like, oh, you disrespect me, like I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I heard that.
So you need to have reverence, and that's why you set an intention. And it might not answer, it might say like, this is not relevant. But even setting an intention of like, teach me something about me, or like show me how to be happier in my life, or like, show me what should be my intention, is also an intention.
Okay.
It's about that thing where you go deep in your journey, you have that anchor, and you can reach out to it and be like, oh, this is what I'm here for. Because if you go and like have a turbulent times with ayahuasca and you have no intention, no direction, then you'll more likely want to like give up and run away instead of like plowing through and getting the actual fruits of the labor.
Because it does take work. Like it takes a lot of inner work inside and outside. I think even with the integration work and the word circles, they've been profound as well.
It's a spiritual work sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Is it, so it's legal to consume in Colombia anyway? And yeah, but from a shaman, so?
Yeah, so here in Colombia, like in Peru, for example, it's like completely legal and they sell it in the markets, which is reckless, extremely reckless, because ayahuasca has to be taken with reverence, and it's not dangerous when you have a good shaman, good medicine, and like proper team to control you, but it can be extremely dangerous. If you drink it alone at home, you can jump out a window, believe me, you can fly. You need somebody to control you, both on like a physical realm, make sure you're safe, and also on like a spiritual realm, because a shaman creates sort of a barrier where bad things can come out but not come in. And here in Colombia, I think they're doing a great job with like how difficult it is to become a real shaman. Like you need to come from a lineage, you need to have a permission from your indigenous council. Like in Peru, we had a girl that came here and drank ayahuasca here for the first time, then went to Peru, and 3 months later, some guy or some organization gave her a paper like she can serve medicine.
There's a lot of that in Ireland as well.
Don't do it. Don't do it, because honestly, it might be okay for a while. They will give medicine to people and it all seems nice and dandy, but then something will happen and somebody might die. Like literally, you can die because of not having a real shaman or a person who knows what they're doing. So please don't do it. I would say if you're choosing a shaman, it doesn't have to be with us, but look for someone who's indigenous, somebody who has at least 10 years of practice as a shaman, not somebody who just drank ayahuasca once and feels like they can give you the medicine. Look for a place that has good integration, that they focus on that. Look for a place that has a big team of facilitators that can like control you physically, to make sure you don't just run away in the jungle and get lost and like, or go on the road and get hit by a car. And obviously a place with a lot of good references. Like look for references. Don't just go. Some people go to jungle, they arrive to like a bus terminal and there are people like ayahuasca and they just go. If somebody's indigenous and has a lot of bracelets and colors, doesn't mean they're a taita. Being a taita is something really hard to understand unless you're working in that space. So anyone can pretend to be one. I could pretend to be one, and sometimes people come to the retreat, they assume I'm going to give them medicine. Like, don't do it. This is where it becomes dangerous. So, but I think I lost the original question.
No.
So it is legal in Colombia, as long as you have a shaman that has a permit from his indigenous council. And generally, for a shaman to get this permit, he needs to have a permit from another shaman who's older than him, and it goes like this. So, for example, Fernando has a permit from his dad because he started working with ayahuasca when he was 7. He went to the special school that's called Fundación, when they drink ayahuasca 3 times a week for like 12 years nonstop. Wow. Then he was a shaman. He traveled all over the world for like 5 years giving medicine. So like this is gold standard, like indigenous, lives in a jungle, comes from a jungle, cooks and grows his own medicine, and has a permit and knows what he's doing. And on top of that, legit, you can know that well, this guy dedicated his life to his, like, he can play all those musical instruments and like also like but it is legal here in Colombia when it's done right.
So what should I be implementing as someone coming out of an ayahuasca retreat? Like integration wise, we've obviously done a lot of word circles, we're doing a lot of journaling, answering questions. What can I expect after this, and what should I be implementing?
Well, integration is a complex subject. Like, it's really hard to explain what it is. And some people think that integration is doing something. Sometimes integration is as simple as not doing anything at all. So if you go now to a hotel in a city just sit on the balcony, take your journal, and just think. Just think about things you saw, about your life. This is already integration. Doing nothing is integration. Sitting on your phone is not integration.
No.
But if you want to take it more and have it more powerful, integration is taking the information you got from the medicine and implementing it back into your life, like translating it from short form memory to long term memory. So what helps with that would be journaling, walks in the nature, meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, or any kinds of spiritual practice like doing rapé or doing a tobacco ceremony, just like anything where you give time for yourself and you can think about your life and like sort of zoom out and look at the larger picture, and especially like implementing the advice that medicine gave you, because a lot of times people get amazing advice. They're like, oh, I know exactly now what I need to do, and then they don't do anything. It's not going to change. And if you go back and drink ayahuasca will tell you, like, I gave you homework, you know, why are you back so soon?
One of the guys said that he said that the ayahuasca said to him, why are you asking me this when you didn't implement what I told you the last time?
It is, ayahuasca is like that. It's like, we call it tough love, you know. He'll give you an advice, he'll tell you what to do, but if you don't do it, then he'll be like frustrated and he'll give you a bad trip as a lesson.
Payback.
Yeah.
No, well, this has honestly been probably one of the best experiences of my life, and I will definitely be back, and I've learned so much. I can't wait to like bring this information back to my community and my world, and yeah. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for coming, and definitely spread the word, you know, spread the word. World needs ayahuasca, I do believe. Like, we are all somewhat depressed, somewhat anxious, somewhat unhappy. Like, on the surface, we are as rich, as successful as we always were, and there's abundance of food and everything. But emotionally, the world is sort of screwed. We have a emotional health crisis right now in the Western world specifically. And there is nothing that seems to be helping except for this, like, you know, therapy. A lot of people, even this here in your group, you heard people saying like, oh, it felt like 10 years of therapy. Yeah. Because it absolutely is. I don't say anything bad about therapy, but if you come do ayahuasca and then go back to therapy, it will be like 10 times more, 10 times more productive. We need to sort of stop and listen and dedicate times to ourselves for our own healing. Like me, myself, I was running like a hamster in a wheel for 10 years, just making money and buying things and being successful on the surface while I was miserable inside. And I didn't know why I was doing it. It's just that society told me like, oh, you do that, you'll get happy. And then eventually when I achieved all those superficial goals that were set for me, you know, by my family and the society at large, I was like, well, I have it all now, where is my happiness? Happiness never came. So happiness is not about buying things or achieving things. And I recommend to everyone to, you know, take a week off of your life in a year and do this introspection. Drink the medicine if it calls for you. If not, you don't even need. You don't necessarily need that. You can start by doing something simple as just you know, picking up meditation or
a good habit,
journaling, yoga, you know, all those things that talk to you about, and you want to start in like January 1st, just pick one and just start. And if eventually you come to ayahuasca, it will definitely help you with the mental health and just health in general, just like happiness, just being connected to nature.
Yeah, I think there's something powerful even about just saying this week is for me. I'm committing to this. I'm taking this week off. Like putting the phone away has just been so powerful as well. Yeah,
when is the last time you gave time for yourself? And by giving time to yourself, I don't mean like going to drink with friends, because it's not for yourself. Like dedicating time to your own healing. Like, when was the last time you said like, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off and I'm just gonna look inside and heal myself? Like, this by itself, even if people, like, let's say you come here, you just be in the nature and you do the word circles and you talk to people that are all on the path of healing. That is healing in itself. Like, when was the last time you did it? We don't have that in our society. There is nobody that tells you like, oh, you need to do it. It's just, and we're missing that. And this is what we're trying to create and sort of accommodate for. So thank you for coming. Thank you for giving yourself that week. And I hope you come back and
I'll be back.
and go deeper
I will be back for sure.
and bring some Guinness.
Bring some Guinness.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not sure that would go well with the IM, but
No, that's for me for later.
for you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Sam. You legend.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you for spreading the message.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring this back home, and like that was definitely the most powerful thing. Is like you need to go back home and tell people about this. So,
Definitely.
Yay.
Thank you.
Nai con la vida, vida de la baila, cura con la guaira, limpia, limpia, taita, vibrando con